Hi, I'm Dr. Barbara Mitra, and this is my recording for Gender, Philosophy and Popular Culture, and the topic I'm looking at is gender and sport. And in this book, Philosophy of Sport, one idea that's highlighted is that sport overcomes the separation between mind and body that it suggested that men experience more acutely than women. And this is because one invests one's entire being, mental and physical, in it. So it bridges this gap between the mind and body. Of course, it's suggested that this is more acute for men, and that can be challenged. We can argue against that as well. There's also increased participation of women in sport as well. So the argument has come under attack that there are these physical, spiritual or moral differences between men and women. Another author highlights that actually women will always look bad in sports because there's built-in bias, because the sports have been designed and developed by men. And she suggests that we should focus instead on sports that highlight physiology for women, such as gymnastics or ultra-marathoning, and that women should demand more sports developed and designed for and by women. One thing that's highlighted in relation to sport is to experience oneself as body subject, is to experience oneself as a source of power and activity and energy. And to experience oneself as body object is to experience oneself as a thing, as passive or something to be looked at. Whereas taking part in sport, it's argued, challenges this notion. Women who take part in sport are often shown as passive other in some respects, so maybe shown in particular poses or wearing particular dresses, etc. But there are also pictures, for example, that also show women as body subject playing sport. One idea is that actually what happens in society is that boys learn to be active, energetic, assertive, the body subject idea, whereas girls learn to be looked at, passive, to be beautiful. These ideas come from Marion Young. So there are claims that are made between differences between men and women, and there is controversy about these differences, because actually it's argued that some differences might be the result of social conditioning of how boys and girls are raised, the extent to which they're encouraged to be active. The characteristics that sports are claimed to inspire are both bodily and spiritual values, so developing strong bodies, good health, agility, self-confidence, self-discipline, teamwork, competitive spirit, fair play. And it's argued that actually these are characteristics that men and women share as humans. So the value of sport is just as relevant to women as it is to men, it's argued. One idea is that sport gives masculine aggression a chance of a legitimized, ritualized outlet. So violent aggression in sport is rewarded within limits, within rules, it's argued. So aggression is seen as a defining male characteristic. Sports violence is learned behaviour. So educating boys through sport, it's argued. And there are different representations of masculinities in different types of sports. But at the same time, we need to understand masculinity as signs with complex competing codes of gender, class, race, nationality, for example. To unthread the connections is to expose the fluidity of gender. And these are some of the ideas that are expressed in these writings. And you can go and look these up, and it's well worth dipping into some of these books. Thank you.